Hey, everyone who's on a journey of embracing authenticity and creative freedom online and beyond. I want to share a really important lesson with you, which is to allow yourself to say the wrong thing. Okay, this is super, super important, and it's kind of difficult to articulate this, but I'm going to try my best. So, there's something deeply unnatural about social media that can make it feel like when you're posting content, you have to make sure you say the right thing or say everything or hit it from every angle and make it this perfect thing. And there can be this fear of saying the wrong thing. And it's because when you create a post on social media, it is so unnatural. It's unnatural for a few reasons. One, um, when you express this truth in the moment, um, in natural life, that's then gone. It's just the expression in the moment, and then that's what it is. But on social media, that expression is kind of living there on your page. So even though it's this past expression that has already come out and you've since moved on, your perspective might have even evolved since then, it still, feels like it's living there representing you. So that's one thing that's very unnatural. The other thing is, in natural life when we're expressing ourselves, there's another person on the other side. So we can express something that we're starting to figure out on our personal growth journey. We can, share a learning, etc., to another person, and then normally we get real time feedback about how that's landing, right? So if that person is not understanding us, they can ask questions. We can clarify our perspective. We can get into conversation about the nuances of the thing and together kind of explore it and learn it deeper and this sort of thing. So then it's deeply unnatural to be creating content on social media in that sense because, right, I, and I'll just take this video for example. I have no idea if this is landing or being understood. You may have confusion, questions popping up in your mind already. I have no way to see your body language, to ask if you're understanding, to ask if you have any questions. I'm just kind of going on this tirade. Okay. So you take those two things, which are very unnatural things about sharing on social media, and then it creates this weird situation. Like, the, and you can't really avoid those things. It's just a reality of posting on social media. So, um, I think these two aspects can create this feeling like I have to, say the right thing, make sure that I say the right thing because it's going to live on this page and I'm not getting any live real time feedback. So I got to make sure myself that I'm covering every angle, making it perfectly understandable, etc. But that's just not how real life works, unfortunately. Like, all we can do in this format of communication with other humans is like lay out what we think and hope it's received and hope the message comes through, and then all we can do is take our hands off and see how it lands, right? um, so it's super, super interesting. One more thing I wanted to say. So if you're creating content to teach people, to inspire people, to help people, so you know speaking for myself, I've been on this tremendous self-growth personal journey. A lot of times I create content to teach what I've learned or teach what I'm learning to others. And a lot of times I'll teach something, it feels very true in the moment, and then my perspective will evolve. So then that piece of content that's living on my page, it can feel outdated, like it's not representative of my current perspective. Right, so this is another thing that can make it feel so weird to have this piece of content living on my page where I feel like, now I have a bigger perspective on it, right? So it's just odd. It's just this odd situation. And if you're not careful, this can put you into a place of paralysis where you're scared to create content or you're going back and you're deleting old posts or whatever it is. And it's because it's this unnatural situation. So I think just acknowledging that this is how it is can help unlock more creative freedom in this way. Um, Something else I want to say is if you are expressing on social media from a place of teaching what you've learned in your heart and with the intention of wanting to help others, it's actually very, very natural and expected that your perspective on whatever you've been teaching is going to evolve and change. As you might know, I studied a bit of Buddhism at my meditation teacher training, and we learned a lot about karma. So, one of the karmic principles that we learned is that, like, if you teach something from a genuine place of wanting to help another person and help another person grow, that actually plants karma for you yourself to learn more that's going to help you grow. So it's actually a very natural situation that if you share something from your heart with the intention of helping another person, it's natural for your perspective to grow and deepen and evolve on that subject. So it's expected that that piece of content that you create, you're going to soon have a bigger perspective on it, right? And then again, just I'm repeating myself now, but then it's going to feel odd that that outdated piece of content is still living on your page, right? And this relates to the video I sort of made about should you go back and fix past mistakes on the creator journey, and my answer was no. Um, I think my message in this video is it's a understand that this is what's happening on social media, and use that understanding to fuel you, to encourage you to share what's on your heart now, acknowledging that it's the truth in that moment, acknowledging and expecting that it's going to evolve. It's going to feel a little weird that that old piece of content is still on your page, but acknowledge how unnatural that is that it's living on your page, and use that to just keep your mind in a present focused and future focused perspective, right? You can always create a new piece of content to update your perspective, right? Um, and something that I've really, really been learning by hosting these weekly creative freedom calls is that, yeah, having that live face-to-face back and forth with people, it's such a more natural experience because you can share what you think, but then you have that back and forth. You read people's body language. You can see in someone's face if they're confused, and then you can clarify. And yeah, so that's really shined a light for me on how unnatural content creation is. It's really this two-dimensional thing. Like, it's you can only go so deep with content creation, right? So I think it just helps to know that, to give you permission to say the wrong thing. Like, that's ultimately what I wanted to get across in this video is let yourself say the wrong thing. Like, or let yourself say something that feels true in the moment, but don't feel pressure to make it so complete. Don't feel pressure to make it so perfect. And don't worry about it if your perspective evolves, because all of this is a natural byproduct of the absolute weirdness of social media, right? And I'm sort of coming to a perspective, and maybe I'll make this a separate video or lesson, that, you know, the purpose of social media, it's not to put out the whole picture. That feels impossible in a way. I'm starting to see that the purpose of social media is to just shine little pieces of it, little fragments. They don't have to be complete. They don't have to capture the whole essence. In fact, I think it's quite impossible to do so, but just shine enough light so that you can reach the right people, and then you can invite them into having a deeper experience with you. And this is where social media starts to become, instead of the be all end all, it becomes just the top of the funnel where you can invite people into having deeper experiences with you. And, the way mine is shaping up, and everyone's going to look a little bit different as you embark and progress on your journey as a creator. Mine right now looks like these beautiful free weekly creative freedom calls, also host meditations. And then for those who are interested, I offer deeper one-on-one creative freedom mentorship. So if any of those sound aligned for you, there's a link in my description where you can get all the information, book a free connection call with me, or apply for the community. I'd love to see you on the calls. And because yeah, this what you're seeing on my YouTube channel, on Instagram, whatever it is, it's really just this two-dimensional tip of the iceberg that goes way deeper, because it's not possible to fully transmit the experience that I have to share in this format, right? Like, I could press stop recording on this video and immediately realize that there was 10 more things I could have said. There was a gap that I left and I should have answered this. I see that I'm frozen on OBS right now. Come on. Come on, baby. There we go. Right? And that's so natural because I don't have the opportunity in this format to to express the whole depth of the thing. So let me know what you think on this topic in the comments below. Again, the link is in the description if you want to go deeper with any of this. If you want to build a life of creative freedom online of your own, I'm here to support you. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye.